Hey there, yogis. Thank you so much for tuning in. In today's how-to, I want to help guide us into Pincha Mayurasana, Forearm Stand. So you're going to want to make sure that you have warmed up and opened up your shoulders and your hip flexors and your hamstrings before moving into this. So, if you want to have a full practice and then come meet me on the mat to do this, that would probably be ideal. But we'll get started sitting on the shins here. And then I want you to just come forward onto your forearms. So it's sort of like a tabletop, but on your forearms, okay? And then I want us to take some spinal flexes here. So we're gonna inhale to drop the belly. As you drop the belly, I want you to really peel those shoulders back a little bit. And then exhale, you're drawing the belly in. See if you can press the elbows into the ground and then even drag your shoulders back a little bit. So they're a little bit behind the elbows. And then inhale to drop the belly, lift your gaze, peel your shoulders back. And then exhale, press the elbows into the ground, drag the shoulders back a little bit. Let's just take this 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Last time here, inhale, really pressing those finger pads into the ground. And exhale. Okay, inhale, come back to a little bit more of that extension. And then I want us to tuck our toes and just lift our hips up. So now we're in a forearm plank. Really strong legs here. And I want you to press your elbows into the ground and then sort of rock forward and back here. Forward and back. Just feeling the weight distribution sort of shift here. And ideally, in our forearm stand, in order for it to be safe, we want sort of this leaning back, right? So that shoulders moving back behind the elbows. Okay, let's take this just a few more rounds, building some heat here. Okay, and now drop your knees down, sit the hips back, lift your torso up and just shake your arms out a little bit. Okay, from here we're gonna move into dolphin with the option to lift a leg into forearm stand. So drop your forearms down again. And then I find it helpful if you do have any sort of props lying around, like a block. I have one here. If you have something like a block or a yoga block, could be nice to bring the corners of the block, the front 2 corners, to frame the space there between the thumb and the index, so that little soft, fleshy corner there. And then your forearms are like train tracks, okay? We're gonna tuck our toes this time and we're gonna lift our hips up and back. And then I want you to play with just walking your feet forward just a tad, so not all the way. And then for a moment here, let your head go and then press your elbows into the ground and really press your chest back towards your thighs. So there's that motion here of the shoulders moving back behind the elbows, okay? And just breathe. Good, now we're gonna begin to lift the head. If you need to take a break and come back into it, do that. Otherwise, we're gonna begin to slowly, with our gaze forward as much as we can, walk our feet forward. And then maybe we lift one leg And then peel those shoulders back as you tip forward, maybe playing here with catching some air. And then maybe you bring your big toes to touch, but you could always play with a little split leg. Again, press the elbows into the ground, drag the chest back, shoulders back. You could always do this up to a wall, especially if this is new for you. I'd highly recommend it. Keep breathing. Ooh, and then come down. Take a child's pose here with your knees a little bit closer in and your arms by your sides, palms face up. Just release your shoulders. And then roll your head and your chest up. You can shake your arms out. We're going to attempt this one more time, lifting the other leg first. So you always want to work both sides and balance yourself out. Give it a little shimmy shake. All right, shake off that first side. We'll see what happens on the second side. So go ahead and drop your forearms. Tuck your toes. Peel those hips up and back, dolphin. Begin to walk your feet forward, trying to look forward as much as you can, wrapping the shoulders back. Take your other leg up, and then see if it can be more of just a leaning forward and a distribution of the weight shifting to lift you up. You can keep the legs split. Press down through the elbows and draw the chest back. Maybe the big toes come to touch, but it's not necessary. Keep drawing the chest back. Firm up the thighs, reach up through the feet. And then let it go. Hey, child's pose with the arms behind you. Slowly roll up. Shake it out. Awesome work, yogis. That is a very challenging posture and an inversion, which brings up a lot, right, mentally and physically for us, a big challenge. So take it at your own pace. Know that it's a process. And like I said, use a wall. I used a wall for many years with this pose until eventually I felt confident enough physically and mentally to do it in the center of a room. So don't be discouraged if it's not happening today. Keep up, keep at it, and I'll see you next time. Sat Nam.